Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren over there on Capitol Hill. Shout out to Washington, D.C. And speaking of Washington, D.C., if you guys haven't been reading the news lately, this is a story that transcends the realms of boxing, that transcends the realms of the YTBC, and this is a nationally covered story. I would even say, in many ways, in many respects, a story being covered around the world. Now, if you haven't heard, President Donald Trump, big boxing fan, former promoter. If you guys didn't know, Donald Trump was elected to the 2015 New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. So he's got history and he's got deep roots, not only in the heavyweight division, but boxing at large. And he decided, now, Donald Trump decided that finally, on the date of what was it, May 24th, a couple of days ago, they were going to finally do what was right, and they were going to pardon Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion, Jack Johnson, who went to prison simply for being with a white woman. There was a lot of things going on back in those days under the laws of Jim Crow. If you guys know about Jim Crow laws, don't know why, go look them up. Very racist laws, which ultimately, especially growing up here in the South, I can attest to, some parts of the South is still very, very racist. And it's fragmented a lot of our great country here in America. But yeah, basically because of the racist segregational laws of Jim Crow, Jack Johnson was wrongly thrown in prison. He served a year in prison on a federal charge from 1920 to 1921, simply because he was with a white woman. Now, that white lady's name was Lucille Cameron. Now, Lucille Cameron is someone that admitted to loving Jack Johnson in a court appearance in 1912, October 18, 1912. Lucille Cameron, who was I believe they were married. I believe they might have been married. I could be wrong, but they were married. I'm pretty sure they're married, or they were together. I don't want to say they're married, but basically, she said, I quote, on October 18, 1912, "I don't care whether he is white or black. I love him." Jack Johnson, in many ways, I look at him as a trailblazer because he was able to cut through. He fought through racial division. He fought through. Just the societal pressures of not being able to love someone who doesn't look like you. And I think in many ways, I'm glad he's pardoned for it because, we had a lot of presidents here in the States. And I know we're not a political channel, but this does tie into boxing because we are talking about the first black heavyweight champion here in Jack Johnson. We had presidents that had a chance to get this right. We had George Bush, we had Bill Clinton, and most notably, we had Barack Obama. Now, I find it interesting that Barack decided, throughout the course of his presidency, 2 terms to be exact, 8 years, with him being the first black president and that being such a strong speaking point of his campaign, and just what made him such an attractive option to a lot of American voters, particularly, and I can attest to this being someone who was young and growing up in a minority community here in South Florida. The fact that he was black and he was, in the eyes of many, qualified for the job, it made it easy for him to vote for Obama. I didn't always like Obama. Even growing up as a kid, I really never took to him. But with Barack, he had 8 years to pardon Jack Johnson. He had 8 years to right the wrongs that this country had did to someone that should be really celebrated. First black heavyweight champion. That's a pretty big title to hold in America. First black heavyweight boxing champion, very big deal. Was unjustly thrown in prison, in my opinion, and ultimately, Jack Johnson did not get pardoned by Barack Obama, and I think that's just. People want to throw, and I'm gonna make another video about Deontay Wilder and what I've been hearing people say about him, because I actually want to applaud Wilder for some stuff, but that'll be another video. What I wanted to say in this video was, a lot is made of Trump, and I know you don't have to like Trump, And I know a lot of people hate Trump and they want to say he's racist and they want to say he's this and they want to say he's that. But what I saw from Obama, a lot of my time growing up in this country, and not even just Obama, other presidents before him, was a lot of talk and no action. And here we have Trump, a guy that people say is so racist, a guy that we hear is this and he's that, and he sucks, and he hates the black community and all this stuff. And here he is, man, one of America's most important black figures in sports, who had a piss stain on his name, and he's been dead for years. Finally gets his name cleared, and God bless that the family members that were there yesterday that were able to be there for that momentous occasion, because that's a part of American history that's now, the wrong has, obviously we can't change the fact that it happened. It did happen. It is part of history, but we can change the fact that we now recognize that it was wrong, and history books will say that it was wrong. And I think that's something you gotta, whether you like Trump or not, you gotta give him credit for. You gotta give him credit for that. And I've interviewed a lot of fighters on this channel. Like I remember, and I'll play you guys a clip after the video. I interviewed Shannon Briggs many times, and he spoke glowingly of Jack Johnson. And he paved the way for a lot of people. Without Jack Johnson, there is no Ali, there is no Sugar Ray Robinson, there is no Sugar Ray Leonard, there's no Marvin Hagler, there's no Terrence Crawford, Deontay Wilder, just even got Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker. There's no black fighters, really. There really wouldn't be that many black fighters. He was a trailblazer. He was a trailblazer, I would say, not even just in boxing, but even in America, because he made it okay to love someone that doesn't look the same as you. And I know some people will say, well, oh, that's wrong, especially as a black man. You gotta love your own. I've heard all the arguments. I have friends. I have friends who are black. Like literally, I have probably in this world, I have six. I would say I have about 7 really good friends in this world, and I would say about 3 or 4 of them are black. And I've heard the arguments brought up by some of them that, hey, you gotta love your own. You gotta do this. I love my own before I love this. So I'm not mad at that, but he made it okay that if you happen to just fall in love with somebody's character and they don't look like you, that's okay. And I'm not even mad at that. So, for that, I say shout out to Jack Johnson. Shout out to Donald Trump, man. He ain't going to do, he's not going to be the Messiah for America. No president will be. The only Messiah on this world is Jesus Christ. Simple as that. But I think he did a good job in rewriting a wrong that was done to Jack Johnson. And, it's a good step. So, it's an interesting story in the boxing world right now. It transcends boxing. Deontay Wilder, Mauricio Sulaiman, some of Jack Johnson's family was there. Lennox Lewis was there. I believe Rocky was there. Ultimately, I think it was a great and momentous day for boxing, and one of boxing's most important heavyweights of all time, really. So, that's the news. Donald Trump pardons Jack Johnson for him being with a white woman, being thrown into prison 1921 under Jim Crow laws, which are very, very disgusting and nasty laws. If you guys know anything about them, we've heard people demonize those laws. I think no matter what side of the political realm you may fall under, you gotta respect Trump for this on this occasion. Okay, so. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm sure I'll get some great comments on this video. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every gosh darn video, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Hey, Shan, let me ask you a question.
Shoot, Jack.
You're a big fan of Jack. I know you've said in a lot of interviews that you're a big fan of Jack Johnson. Huge fan. If you could meet Jack Johnson, what was one question you'd probably ask him?
How the hell were you able to fight with 100,000 Caucasian people cheering against you, and you maybe like 5 or 6 black people in the whole entire stadium? How did you have the mettle to do that? That was incredible. I think this is what makes him the best #1 heavyweight of all time. Ever in the history of boxing.
Even better than Ali.
Better than Ali. Let me tell you why. Because no one ever had to go into enemy fire like that in the history of the sport. Imagine going every time out, you're going out into a fight, and they're cheering against you to lose, to die, calling you nigga, racist words, just the hate, pure hate. So this makes him, to me, the #1 heavyweight in history.